Now let me tell you all something. They not treating this young fella like a rookie. Nah, this ain't no daycare center up in Minnesota. This ain't no hand-holding, juice box sipping, we gon' give you time type of party. What the Minnesota Vikings are doing with J.J. McCarthy, they baptizing him by fire. And y'all better get ready, 'cause this young man, he might just be next up. Let's set the scene. The Minnesota Vikings shocked the football world in 2024 by going 14-3, a run that nobody, not even the most purple-blooded fan, saw coming. But reality hit hard when they met the Rams in the playoff. It wasn't just a loss. It was a meltdown. Sam Darnold got cooked like Sunday brisket. That offensive line, leaking worse than my uncle's roof in a hurricane. But what does that mean for 2025? Enter J.J. McCarthy, the second-year quarterback from Michigan, rocking the #9 like he's the Prince of the North. But hold up, this ain't just about talent. It's about what the coaching staff is doing behind the scene. According to Alec Lewis, Vikings insider, they ain't letting him coast. They're making it deliberately hard. He may have been coming off a torn meniscus, Lewis wrote, but they hit him with long call sheets, put him in control of the line, and didn't scold him when he messed up. They wanted him to learn. Let me translate that for y'all. This is the opposite of babying. They making sure that by the time week 1 hits, he ain't gonna look like no deer in the headlights. He gonna look like a wolf. You ever seen a young QB with all the tools, but not the mind? I have. Plenty of arm strength ain't enough. Mobility, cute. Leadership, essential. But mentally, that's the battlefield. And guess what? The Vikings are throwing JJ into that mental octagon early. They ain't just having him run plays. They got him commanding the huddle, making checks at the line, adjusting protections, reading safeties, disguising looks. You know how rare that is for a second-year guy. You do that to a young QB, one of two things gonna happen. He crumbles. He transforms. McCarthy didn't float perfectly through the weeks, Lewis said, but a steady stream of growth imprinted on the staffers. Steady. Now I'm going to say this loud for the folks in the back. J.J. McCarthy has one of the most dangerous arsenals in the NFL. Let me break it down for you. Justin Jefferson, the best wide receiver in the league, period. Jordan Addison, a crisp route runner with glue for hands. T.J. Hawkinson, a tight end who can eat in the middle of the field. Aaron Jones, a vet with juice left, who can catch out the backfield too. You give a young quarterback that much help, he ain't got to be Superman every play. He just got to drive the car and keep it between the lines. But here's the twist. The Vikings aren't asking him to be a game manager. They want him to be a difference maker. And he got the tools. He throws with touch. He got the zip. He can roll out. He got leadership intangibles. He ain't no quiet mouse. He's a lion in waiting. Remember that Rams game? You don't need to. You don't need to. Just picture Sam Darnold running for his life. That O-line gave up more pressure than a soda can in a microwave. Minnesota knew that couldn't happen again. So what they do, they invested big time. Drafted smart, signed depth. Cleaned it up, because you ain't developing no quarterback behind a jailbreak line. Now, if they even give McCarthy a league average unit up front, that's all he needs. You just need time to let Jefferson cook, to let Addison slant, to let Hawkinson release, to let Aaron Jones pick up that blitz and leak out. This ain't Madden. This real football. And the Vikings getting real serious. Let me ask you something. What does it say when a team doesn't baby its young quarterback? It says, we trust him. We believe in him. We got a plan that goes through him. That's what you see here. This ain't a placeholder season. This ain't no we'll see in year 3 situation. This is 2025 is the year they want to compete for the NFC. Yes, I said it. Compete for the NFC. And the only way that happens, J.J. McCarthy got to step into that dog role. He ain't being thrown out there blind. He's being shaped, molded, sharpened, just like iron sharpens iron. And trust me when I say, if this young man takes the steps the Vikings are demanding he take, the NFC better watch out. Quarterbacks typically develop in stages, but the Vikings are choosing the trial by fire model. By simulating game day pressure during OTAs, they're accelerating his decision-making instincts. This approach builds resilience and mental fortitude, especially important coming off a knee injury. Coming off a torn meniscus, it's impressive he's already showing mobility in practice. His ability to escape the pocket without hesitation will be critical, especially if the offensive line remains inconsistent. A strong preseason without setbacks will solidify his readiness for the grind of a full NFL season. Most second-year QBs get simplified reads, one or two high-low concepts, but giving J.J. long call sheets in OTA signals that they view him as a future franchise guy. This shows trust from Kevin O'Connell, who used a similar strategy in early Stafford Goff development years. Coach scheme thrives with quarterbacks who can layer throws and manipulate defenses pre-snap. JJ's processing speed and ability to handle multiple reads could unlock a more vertical version of the Vikings' offense. This could expand the route tree for Addison and Jefferson, pushing the Vikings toward an air raid hybrid style. McCarthy isn't surrounded by rookies. He's sharing a huddle with all pros. Justin Jefferson will demand accountability, and Hawkinson will expect timing precision. Playing with grown men forces a QB to grow up fast or get left behind. That pressure breeds leadership. Expect more play-action bootlegs to exploit his arm talent on the run. RPO packages could evolve with his quick processing, giving Minnesota modern flexibility. QB-designed runs may appear mid-season if his knee holds up and confidence grows. Minnesota opens the season against at least 2 top 10 defenses, e.g. 49ers, Packers. McCarthy's early season tests will either humble or harden him. A 1-2 start wouldn't be surprising, but watch for a second-half breakout. In year 2, guys like Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts made major leaps. McCarthy's situation, with a retooled O-line and elite weapons, gives him a shot to mirror that development arc. He might be the least talked about breakout candidate in the NFL. Darnold still on the roster gives Minnesota a fallback plan. But the coaching staff's decision to throw the full playbook at JJ shows they don't see Darnold as the guy. Still, Darnold's presence can provide mentorship and a quiet fire under McCarthy to stay sharp. Reports from camp suggest McCarthy is gaining respect in the locker room. He's been vocal in film sessions and owns mistakes. K for building credibility with veterans. This is the first sign of true QB1 intangibles starting to surface. You don't grow unless you're uncomfortable. Shannon Sharp and J.J. McCarthy. He's been uncomfortable every single snap this offseason. That ain't a bad thing. That's growth. That's what champions are built on. You all think the Lions own the NFC North? Think again. You all think the Niners or Eagles just go waltz into the Super Bowl? Think again. Because Minnesota got themselves a team, and now they just might have their quarterback. I'll keep your eyes open, because what they doing in Minnesota, it ain't soft, it ain't safe, it's serious. And it starts with number 9.